Hey everybody, Mike here coming to you from my room with the Ancient Mariner, and I want to do a video showcasing some of the finds that I uncovered from a recent crate digging expedition. This dig was conducted at a new flea market that I found, and it's stocked regularly with new products. So I found another place that I can go every now and then to go digging and see what I come up with. So that's some really good finds here, and I'm going to go through these. First one I'm going to show you is something I picked up for my son. I already have this in my collection, but I thought he would like it. He is a Night Ranger fan, and this is Seven Wishes. Some good songs off of this album. The title track, Seven Wishes, Faces, 4 in the Morning. Sentimental Street was the big hit. Interstate Love Affair was a good rock song. Night Machine, a good tune. I always liked Night Ranger. I think they really straddled that line between slick AOR, sugary pop rock, and blistering hard rock. They knew how to bring it when it was time to bring it. So always liked the band, and he was very happy to have this. So what did I get for myself? So this one I found. Never had this one in any format, so I was glad to get this one. This is the Babies, Union Jacks, and I picked this one because I've had the greatest hits collection on. I think I've got the CD for that. I always had the cassette tape. I'll probably pick the greatest hits LP up if I can find it. But this has my two of my favorite Babies tracks. Probably the two favorite ones. Back on My Feet Again and Midnight Rendezvous. For the other Babies track that I really like is Isn't It Time, and I have to research what album that's from, but I picked that album up just to have that track. But this was really underrated hard rock band back in the day, and John Waite, great vocals, and then you got help me out here. Jonathan Cain. I'm old. I forget things. You have to forgive me. So Jonathan Cain, obviously going on to his stay and journey, and then Ricky Phillips, who's now the bass player in my favorite band, Styx. There's no reason not to like the Babies if you like hard rock. Another one that I've never had before. I was glad to pick this one up. This is Billy Squire's Tale of the Tape. This is his first solo album after he left Piper. And while his second solo album, Don't Say No, would be the one that really broke him wide open, and that's a fantastic album. I think it's one of the best examples of 80s guitar-oriented rock albums. Billy Squire, Don't Say No. This one I don't think has as many dynamic driving hard rock tracks on it, but this is a solid album. If you like Billy Squire, I'd recommend picking it up. He would get more pop oriented as his career went through. Emotions in Motion would kind of start in that direction. It was a great record too, but he would start to lose that more hard rock edge as things progressed. This one, again, I liked. This was a successful expedition because I picked up some things I've never had before. And this is one, I've never had this. This is Girl School with Nightmare at Maple Cross. Released on the GWR label. I kind of remember this label back in the day. This was, let's see, Kim McAuliffe and Denise Dufert, I think, are the two founding members. I know Gil Weston Jones on bass was a replacement. So I'd have to research the history of the band. But anyway, it's a really good album. The lead-off track, All Day, All Night, man, that's a really hard-driving, hard rock song. Play with Fire is good. As this album progresses, you start to get maybe a little more of the punky undertones that Girl School had in their sound. but it's overall a really good, enjoyable listen. Um, and another one, I've had this cassette. I've had the cassette, wore it out. Very happy to find this one. I've almost completed my collection for this man. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but this is what's playing right now on YouTube. This is Zebra with 3.5. Not sure why they went with the 3.5, but there's the back. It's got the lyrics on there. This album sounds absolutely pristine. So I was very happy to pick this up. Zebra is one of those bands that I think was criminally underrated. Their string of 3 studio albums, at least the first 3, the self-titled, No Telling Lies, and then this one, all fantastic albums. Now I understand that a lot of naysayers would probably say that the band lacked originality and sounded too much like Led Zeppelin, and I disagree. I mean, you can hear the influence, but Zebra wrote some classic rock songs. Their debut self-titled album remains, to me, one of the gems in 80s rock, and I would highly recommend that. But I really like this album. It's got some really good songs on it. Can't Live Without, I think, was the single. He's Making You the Fool, Time, Better Not Call, Your Mind's Open. I mean, just, all songs that I remember jamming on my cassette tape, back in the day. Let's skip that ad. I'm guessing, I just sidebar, copyright strikes. Never gotten one. I don't have a lot of music that's predominantly displayed, in my videos. You can maybe hear it in the background, but if I'm filming a video for YouTube of me watching something that's on YouTube, I mean, that's got to be good, right? I mean, I don't see how that could be a violation of anything, but who knows? Okay, so another one. This was kind of a grail. I've always wanted this one on vinyl. I've passed up a few copies that I thought were either overpriced because of the condition that the record was in, and this one I found and finally decided, it's time to get it. I thought it was a fair price for it, and it's in good shape. This is Loudness with Lightning Strikes. And this was a really solid album. These guys, I don't think they broke open back in the 80s as far as they really should have either. But Minoru Nihihara had a very distinctive sounding voice, obviously, with his, the Japanese, accent. Never really affected the quality of the sound. But Akira Takasaki on guitar. I mean, I remember at one time, I read in one of the rock magazines, but he was kind of like touted as the Japanese Eddie Van Halen. Some really flashy guitar work on here. It's just great songs. Let It Go being one of my favorites. Dark Desire, Ashes in the Sky, Black Star Oblivion. Solid album from top to bottom. I think this was their second big album for Atco. If I remember right, but glad to have this now, and some really solid finds. We're getting down to, I think this was the gem of this expedition, and I'm coming close to completing. Well, not completing. There's some later albums in the late end of the discography that I'm not so big on, but another one that I've never seen this in any store. I ever remember seeing a new copy of it back in the day, and I don't recall ever seeing a used copy anywhere. And the price was right. I was really happy to find this one. This one is Black Tiger by Y&T. Look how awesome that goes with the room. Yeah, that's nice. I should mount that somewhere. But anyway, Dave Menichetti and Y&T, and this stretch of albums with Black Tiger, and then Mean Streak, and then In Rock We Trust, which is one of my favorite 80s rock metal albums. But these were solid hard rock albums. So Phil Kennemore, Leonard Hayes, sadly no longer with us. Joey Owls, Dave Menichetti. But Dave Menichetti had one of those voices. The only person similar who I think they sound strikingly similar to one another would be Sammy Hagar. And I mean, two of the greatest voices in rock. So you can't go wrong with anything Y&T. And this has got some really good songs on it. I think Open Fire being my favorite. And then that would go on to that's the song about hitting the stage, time to open fire. Fantastic concert opener. And that would then go on to become their live album, Open Fire, which I've got that somewhere in my storage someplace. Was really, really happy to find this one. So I think it was a very successful expedition. I picked up a few things that I've kind of been looking for and found a few things that were total surprises. And, we all know that's the joy of going digging. You find the one or two that, really make your day. And I thought it was a good expedition. So if I go back again and hit another score like that, we'll do another video to document that. So let me know what you think of some of these. Let me, if you've gone digging recently, link, send me something in the comments with a link to your video. I'll be happy to check it out. And, we'll talk it over. In the meantime, when you do go crate digging, don't be afraid to let them know what you're there for. You're looking for some metal, let them know you're metal. Bang your head, throw the goat, and I'll catch you next time.